I don't know about you, but I feel like reading has suddenly become the cool thing to do nowadays. And I'm not just talking about picking up a paper copy from Barnes & Noble, sitting down, reading on your couch. No. Now there's book clubs every other night and audiobooks for when you're driving or going for a walk. The truth is that we as humans love stories, both telling them and reading them. In fact, we love it so much that we often refer to a season of our lives as chapters. These chapters are these units of time where there's significant events or emotions or people that play a starring role in our lives. What chapter are you writing out right now for your life? As a single woman in my 20s, my chapter looks different from my friend who's in her 40s, married with 4 kids. But we both might have things that are exciting and things that drain us. This week, we've been reflecting on how we can own our time well as a continuation from our series Owning It, which you can find on the Meck website or the Meck App. I love this passage in the Bible from the book of Ecclesiastes, which talks about the importance of thinking about time in a meaningful way. There's a time for everything. There's a time for everything that is done on earth. There's a time to be born and a time to die. There's a time to plant and there's a time to pull up what is planted. There's a time to kill and there's a time to heal. There's a time to tear down and there's a time to build up. There's a time to weep and there's a time to laugh. There's a time to be sad and there's a time to dance. There's a time to scatter stones and there's a time to gather them. There's a time to embrace someone and there's a time not to embrace. And there's a time of search and a time to stop searching. There is a time to keep and there's a time to throw away. There's a time to tear. There's a time to mend. There's a time to be silent and there's a time to speak. There's a time to love and there's a time to hate. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. I love this passage because it reminds each of us that each chapter in our life is going to be filled with different experiences and emotions and actions. Today, I want to challenge you to think about how to own your time well in different chapters of your life. What story does this chapter of your life tell? How can you own it?